Good morning. It's Miss Laura from Bartlesville Public Library for our weekly virtual story time. Welcome. I'm going to start today's story time with my weekly reading of one of the Redbud Read Aloud Award nominees. This one is by Vanessa Roeder, and it's called The Box Turtle. There are actually turtles called box turtles. They don't really have boxes on their back. They have shells, but look at this guy. The box turtle. Looks like he's just being hatched. When the little box turtle hatched, his parents noticed something missing. Oh me, oh my. But they weren't dismayed. They gave him a name and a shell, both of which fit just right. Now remember, Terrence, you are so much more than just a shell. Terrence's shell kept him dry on the soggiest days, safe from the snoopiest strangers, and on the scariest nights. It was big enough to share. Terrence loved his shell. Until one day, some other turtles said, "Terrence, your shell is weird." Suddenly, Terrence's shell seemed too boring, too bizarre, and too big for the little box turtle to bear. So he abandoned it to search for something better. Terrence searched high and low until, wowie, his new shell looked sleek. Eek! But it showed too much cheek. So the search continued. Oh, look what he found. He looked classy. He looked sassy. He looked just like Grandma Mildred? He had to look for another shell. Oh, yeah. He found a perfect polka dotty package. Pop! That was positively terrifying. It's a jack-in-the-box. Those scare me too. Terrence tried shell after shell after shell after shell, but nothing fit. This whole situation stunk a lot. He even tried the kitty litter box. That's it, I give up. Then came a little crab and said, "Here you go." Oh, wow. In that moment, the hermit crab showed what it meant to be a friend. The little crustacean was so much more than just a shell, and maybe Terrence was too. Terrence knew what he needed. But when he found his old shell, oh no, it had changed. "It's okay," said the crustacean, the crab. "We can fix it." Terrence patched on soggy days, and he toiled on chilly nights. The task grew big enough to share, and finally, the shell was finished. It wasn't sleek or sassy. It was far from perfect, and definitely weird. But Terrence wasn't dismayed, because this little box turtle was so much more than just his shell. The end. I like that. And that's the end of that. I've got some brand new books to read you today. The first one Going with the Season by Angie Roselar, The Great Pumpkin Contest. It's about that time of year. The Great Pumpkin Contest. The leaves were beginning to change color. The air had become brighter and cooler. And with the change in seasons from summer to fall, it was time for Cat County's Great Pumpkin Contest. In this little county lived two cats as different as could be. Mimi spent her days inside, reading stories about cats who were bold, smart, and loved. Sometimes she wished she had a friend. Clara preferred to be outside, tending to her garden and having tea parties. Both wanted to win the first prize ribbon in the Great Pumpkin Contest. Which cat are you the most like, Mimi or Clara? Earlier that summer, Mimi had read all the books, and she formed a plan. She found the sunniest spot in her garden, made sure it was away from the wind, added just the right plant foods, and then dug tiny holes and planted her pumpkin seeds. She waited and waited and waited some more until one day a tiny sprout had appeared. Yippee! Soon there were vines and then flowers. Next door, Clara had happily planted her pumpkin seeds all over her garden. Before long, her pumpkin patch was filled with lots and lots of little pumpkins. Clara peeked at Mimi's pumpkin patch. There was one pumpkin that was getting very big and round. "Wow," said Clara, "your pumpkin looks amazing. How did you make it grow so big?" "I've read lots of books," said Mimi. "Very smart," said Clara. She went back to tend to her crop of little pumpkins. Mimi's pumpkin continued to grow and grow and grow. Clara's pumpkins grew too. Soon it was time for the Great Pumpkin Contest, but how was Mimi going to get her enormous pumpkin to the fair? She tried pushing it and pulling it, but it was just no use. The pumpkin was too big. If only there were another way. Ta-da! A wheelbarrow! It was perfect. Mimi rolled her gigantic pumpkin onto the cart and set off for the fairground. She couldn't wait for everyone to admire her very big pumpkin. Clara stacked up some of her beautiful little pumpkins and headed to the fair too. She was also very proud. The road into town was bumpy. The pumpkin wiggled and jiggled. Soon Mimi's giant pumpkin began to tip. It teetered and tottered. And look out for that pothole, Mimi. See the big hole in the road? Rolled right out of that rickety cart with an enormous thunk, splat, kablooey. The whole town was covered in Mimi's giant, gloopy, schloopy pumpkin. Mimi was horrified. She ran back home and hid. There were pumpkin guts everywhere, cried Mimi. Who will want to be my friend now? Later that day, Mimi heard a knock at her door. It was Clara. "I brought you a pumpkin, even though it's not so big. Maybe next year you could show me your pumpkin growing secrets," she said. Mimi slowly smiled. "Yes, I would like that." Mimi sat and stared at Clara's pumpkin, and soon she formed a new plan. The next day, Mimi went down to the fair. She had a surprise, just for Clara. A first prize pumpkin they could enjoy together as friends, and everyone loved it. That's the end. All right, another new book we have by Beth Ferry and Chow Hon Lam. I love the illustrations in this book. They're beautiful. The Bold, Brave Bunny. Look at that tree. It looks like a bunny, doesn't it? T2 the bunny lived in a very small burrow with his mother and father and brothers and sisters and aunt and uncle and cousins. There were so many bunnies, it wasn't even funny. When he turned left, bunnies. When he turned right, bunnies. When he turned the pages of his brand new book, more bunnies. A is for anteater, B is for bunny. The baby bunnies were beside themselves. Hey, we're in a book. We're famous. We're awesome. They loved the book so much, they ate it. Yes, indeed, they giggled as they gobbled it right up. Oh, no. T2 told his mama, but it was always the same. Be nice, be patient, be a good brother, T2. And he tried, but what he wouldn't do to get a break from all the bunnies. That's it. He would break out of the burrow. There were so many bunnies, no one would even miss him. T2? It was the littlest bunny. Come back soon. T2 nodded. I will. B is for brave. B is for bold. B is not only for bunnies. Soon, nothing looked familiar. Everything looked different. It was wonderful. In the morning, T2 saw amazing things. He took out his notebook and began writing and sketching and creating. He would make a new book, his own book. He traveled by sunlight, by starlight, by moonlight, and by flashlight. It was time to head home. T2 was tired and hungry and lost. He hugged his book tightly, wishing for a carrot, wishing for comfort, wishing for what? Bunnies. T2 turned and saw his mother and father and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and cousins. There were so many bunnies, it was actually funny. From the tips of their ears to the fluff of their tails, they made a chain of bunnies that led all the way back home. We missed you, the little bunny said, and T2 realized he had missed them too. He held up his book. Look! The baby bunnies were beside themselves. You wrote a book? You're famous. You're awesome. We're lucky, said the littlest bunny. Lucky you belong to us. And T2 realized he was lucky too. Because B was for brave, B was for bold, B was for belonging, and there was nothing better than that. That's the end. Now, what is our special celebration this week? We've done Cheeseburger Day, Crush a Can Day, lots of things. Well, this Sunday, October 4th, is National Taco Day. So we have some more packets like we had for the Cheeseburger Day and some other things. You can come to the library and pick up a taco packet. I wish we could give you like real tacos to eat. That would be so yummy. But in this packet are all the supplies you need to do a taco craft. and lots of fun information about tacos. So we would love for you to pick one up. We've already given out over 20 that I know of. And there is a post on our Facebook page about National Taco Day. We would love it if you would like to take a picture of your craft when you finish it, or take a picture of you enjoying some delicious tacos and put them in the comments of the post for National Taco Day. So I know Miss Melissa read this a few weeks ago, but I wanted to read it again because it's my favorite taco book. I think it's hers too. Dragons Love Tacos by Adam Rubin and Daniel Salmieri. Hey kids, did you know that dragons love tacos? They love beef tacos and chicken tacos. They love really big gigantic tacos and tiny little baby tacos as well. Why do dragons love tacos? Perhaps it's the smell from the sizzling pan. Maybe it's the crunch of the crispy tortillas. I never can say tortillas right. Tortilla. Maybe it's a secret. Either way, if you want to make friends with dragons, tacos are key. Hey dragon, why do you guys love tacos so much? But wait, as much as dragons love tacos, they hate spicy salsa even more. They hate They hate spicy green salsa and spicy red salsa. They hate spicy chunky salsa and spicy smooth salsa. If the salsa is spicy at all, the dragons can't stand it. Why do dragons hate spicy salsa? Well, just one drop of hot sauce makes a dragon's ears smoke. Just one single speck of hot pepper makes a dragon snort sparks. Spicy salsa gives dragons the tummy troubles, and when dragons get the tummy troubles, oh boy. Whew, if you want to make tacos for dragons, keep the toppings mild. Tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. These are all good toppings for tacos for dragons. Hey dragon, how do you feel about spicy taco toppings? Dragons love parties. They love costume parties and pool parties. They like big gigantic parties with accordions and tiny little parties with charades. Why do dragons love parties? Maybe it's the conversation. Maybe it's the dancing. Maybe it's the comforting sound of a good friend's laughter. The only thing dragons love more than parties or tacos, it's taco parties. Taco parties are parties with lots of tacos. If you want to have some dragons over for a taco party, you'll need buckets of tacos, pant loads of tacos. The best way to judge is to get a boat and fill that boat with tacos. That's about how many taco dragons need for a taco party. After all, dragons love tacos. Hey dragon, are you excited for the big taco party? Just remember, what do we remember? Dragons hate spicy salsa. Before you host your taco party with dragons, get rid of all the spicy salsa. In fact, bury the spicy salsa in the backyard so the dragons can't find it. These dragons love your taco party. They love the decorations, and they especially love the tacos. Congratulations! It's a good thing you got rid of all that spicy... wait a second. What are those little green things in the salsa? You didn't read the fine print? The jar says totally mild salsa, but it says at the bottom, now with spicy jalapeno peppers. Uh-oh. Dragons, listen to me. Do not eat those tacos. Those little green specks in the salsa, those are jalapeno peppers. They are super spicy. I know you love tacos, dragons, but you are not going to love those tacos. Do not let those dragons eat those tacos. Crunch, crunch, crunch. You know what happened? Too late. Oh no. Why would dragons help you rebuild your house? Maybe they're good Samaritans. Maybe they feel bad for wrecking it. Maybe they're just in it for the taco breaks. After all, dragons love tacos. That's the end of story time, folks. Don't forget to come by and get your taco packet with the craft and send us a photo of your craft, or if you're enjoying a taco for National Taco Day this Sunday. You can also do curbside service. Call us and we'll bring you out a taco packet. Thanks. Bye.